Live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Milwaukee Brewers.
Body in motion, heart on fire, train through the heat and haze. Focus, vision of my eyes locked in through the pain. I fix my gaze. I count
first pitch coming your way next.
Rise from the darkest depths.
And today's starter, Jacob Mizorowski. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
With height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Coming up on the first pitch, here's George Springer. And away we go here in Milwaukee. Now time called at the plate. The 0-1. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Now just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
Ripped to short. Tosses to first.
Yep,
one out in the top of the first. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. In that cleanup spot, a key piece for this club, Dalton Varsho. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Vladdy went deep in his most recent game. Just underway here in Milwaukee. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
Good start for him to this ball game tonight. And I always talk about it. Get a knock in your first at bat. It just makes your confidence at such a higher level for the potential of having a big night.
In steps the man they call Captain Kirk. Next offering is fouled back.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up. That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Hit on the ground might be two. Feeds to second, out there. On to first, double play. One hit in the inning, but no one left. And now the Brewers will get their first cuts. We go to the bottom of the first. And today's starting pitcher, Shane Bieber. How about a scouting report on him? William Contreras up now for the Brewers.
Oh!
This one in the air, right field. Springer racing after it. Won't get to this one. It drops foul. And that's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Whoa. Whoa.
Ripped to third and caught. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. And a key factor for this club in that off spot, William Contreras. This is Bryce Terang. Runner on the move. And a foul ball.
That's the ball.
Right side. Gets it to first. 2 down.
Batting for the right fielder, Jackson. Go Rio.
That one is absolutely belted. Way back there. Can't get to it, and this should score the run. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Always feels good. Come through and get your team on the board first. Really good swing right there. You got a pitch that he knew he could handle. Allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer.
Can't get there, and that should bring in the run. Runner from second crosses the plate, and they lead by 2. And in at second with an RBI double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
So runner at second, 2 down. Sal Frelick up now for the Brewers. Man at second.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. Back here at American Family Field. On now to the top half of inning number 2. So the Toronto Blue Jays have had an outstanding start to the season. Only a few weeks in, but so far they're every bit as good as expected, Singy.
Boog, we've gotten the opportunity to just see how confident this ball club is, and everyone knew coming in they were going to be a good team, and sometimes teams can struggle under those lofty expectations, but not these guys so far. You can see the swagger, and on top of it, they're producing the results to back it up.
And while it's still early, we're definitely getting glimpses of just how good they can be. The 2-1. That one in triple digits. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Pretty simple plan of attack on the mound right there, huh?
Yeah, nothing but fastballs. They just kept putting down the number 1 and letting it fly. I like it.
Yeah, me too, and I'd love to hit against that. But, of course, when you're in the box, you think he's bound to change speeds on you at some point. You're just kind of locked up. It's sort of like reverse psychology.
Davis Schneider now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. And he blows that one by him at 100.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Ball 1 there. just off the inside corner. Ball 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Comes up empty.
He's in a great spot right here. Ahead in the count 0-2. All 4 pitches in play right here, partner.
Hard ground ball, base knock. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Here's the rookie third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto. One of the stars in the win yesterday as he had 3 hits.
Oh.
The 1-0.
Strike 1.
Sanchez, the runner at first with 2 gone. This one in the air. Vaughn under it. And that is that. We head to the bottom of the second. So here's the Brewers DH, Luis Rengifo. That one ran inside, almost got him.
Nope. Ball 2.
Missed with a changeup, and now 3-1. Challenge from behind the dish here. And on further review, it was a strike. Still 2 challenges left for them. Payoff pitch. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Batting in, the third baseman, number 6, David Hamilton.
On the ground to third, might be 2. Fires to second for 1. Not in
no,
time
he's in there.
first. It's a fielder's choice.
Batting ninth, the shortstop,
Joey Ortiz will hit next. 3 for 7 in the series so far. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Man at first, 1 away. And that's outside.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons he let it go by. He's still in the at-bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. 2 down.
For the Brewers, the catcher,
Well impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
Swing and a foul out of play. The 0-2. This to third, Okamoto. Over to first. That's the inning. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. Back here in Milwaukee, and now for the Jays, Anthony Santander.
No, that's a ball.
Santander was unreal in his last game, driving in a whole bunch of runs.
When a hitter's producing like he did in that last game, Boo, the other team just has to shrug and tip their caps, maybe just walk him. What a treat to watch him work at the plate.
So the call will stand. One challenge remaining for them now. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Foul ball. Oh, 0-2 now. The shortstop takes the ball. That one to first. Throws to first in time. First two batters retired here in the top of the third.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the right fielder, number 4, George.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. And the batter is George Springer. He's 0 for 1. His home run numbers stand out, Chris. Nobody has hit more in his team. Two down, nobody on. On the ground, Terang tosses to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling.
Yelich.
Strike one.
Sliced hard but foul. And down on strikes he goes, and one out now.
Wow, short work to send him packing to start the inning, and no messing around either. All three pitches were in the strike zone, attack mode all the way, and that's pretty impressive given the pop he was dealing with at the plate.
Terang in the box here lets that one go for a ball. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Out to short, Jimenez. Slings to first, and two straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
Up next for the Brewers, the right fielder, Jackson. Del Rio.
On the ground to the left. Slings it across, and that ends the inning. Nobody left for Milwaukee, but they're on top 2-0. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. Laddie swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the second time today. Hit on the ground to short, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Right through there for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Ball inside.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
base hit center field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Here comes the 0-1. That's a base hit. Frelick hustles to get it in. They hold him at third base, and now the bases are loaded.
Here's the ball. It's hit right back up the middle. Clearly a base hit. And that's one of those where you're expecting the guy from second to score.
Next to hit, Davis Schneider. Golden opportunity right here. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to back the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the left-hander,
That one at triple digits.
Spin rate's outstanding on that high. Fastball, really tough to hit.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. One runs in. Runner at third puts on the brakes. Bases still loaded, and still only one away.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
So up next for Toronto, Kazuma Okamoto. He's 0 for 1. To short, could be 2. Quickly to second for 1. Got him. The double play cuts down the potential tying run. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit, and this is now a 2-1 ball game. Back here at American Family Field, bottom 4, Andrew Vaughn up now for the Brewers. And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2. Next offering down in the dirt. Bounce to third, and that chance handled. Throws across the diamond. What a play.
Next for the Brewers, center fielder, number 10, now Freeland.
That one's in there, and it's 0-1. Tap foul at the plate. Grounds one to short. Jimenez. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th. Out space is empty. At the plate, Luis Rengifo. That one catches the zone. That's strike 1.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
That one finds the corner, and it's 0-2. This one in the air center field. Jimenez gets under it, and he makes the catch. And that will end the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers. They lead it 2-1. Back in the ballpark, and in this series it has been ugly on the mound as we look at the numbers. Gets him to chase after that one. What a stop. And they get the out. Here's Andres Jimenez. Grounded out his first time up.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Swings through that one for strike 2. Sets him down looking. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
No, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
Swings through that.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Swings through it for the K. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball. Back here in Milwaukee. Up now for Milwaukee, David Hamilton. And a foul ball. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. And that's in the dirt. And the count is even 2-2. To third. And it gets by him. Around first, heading for 2. And he's into second with nobody out.
Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent bat control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
Man at second. Swings through that one.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
In the dirt, blocked. Here's a 1-2. Swings and misses. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. William Contreras digs in now. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2.
That's the ball. Yes.
Out to short. Jimenez sends it to first. 2 out. Fouled off. He was late. Man on second, 2 down. Late swing, foul to the left. And the slider just misses. Outside low. Ball 2. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Hamilton coming home. He'll score easily, and they lead by 2. And they'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
So here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Line drive, should be extra bases. Yelich flies around third. He'll score, and they take a 3-run lead. And he'll pull into second safely.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced, and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Chourio in the box now. Takes strike 1. Swinging a foul straight back.
The strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
And that misses. And the count is 1-2. Line drive. And it goes just foul. 1-2 now. Swing and a ball driven out to center. Carrying well. Out of here. He hammers one out to center. And they add to the lead. It's 6-1. Time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Swings through that one for strike 1. Swing and a ground ball to the middle. That's a base hit. And the hits just keep on coming. Sal Freeland up now for the Brewers. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. That's it for Shane Bieber. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for the
Tommy Nance will take over here. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
Ball 1.
You have to be creative pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some velocity, subtract at times, just to avoid.
Back here at American Family Field. Start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That's back. Out of here. Vladdy blasts one out the opposite way. Home run number 10 of the year. And they cut into the lead Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
And that one ripped into right. One down.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the center fielder, number 5,
Dalton Varsho. Getting ready to hit.
He was the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
That was straight queso right there.
And a big swing and a miss. Well, manager out of the dugout.
from the Brewers.
New arm out of the bullpen, Brandon Sproat.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out. Jesus Sanchez next up for the Blue Jays. That's a base hit. Run scores.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the third baseman, number 7, Tatsuma Okamoto.
Nice. Grab. The feed for one. And that's all they'll get. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Two on, two outs. And a swing and a miss.
The hitter early and off balance on that swing. If I'm the pitcher, I'm taking a little bit more off so you can get him to chase something in the dirt.
Fights it off. He'll see another. And a base hit knocks in a run.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
And that's the third out. 7, 8, 9, 2 up in the home half of the inning. It's the Brewers 6, the Jays 4. You're watching Blue Jays back here in Milwaukee, bottom of the inning.
Well, they just scored some runs in that last frame, and now they have to make sure they don't cough them up on defense right away. No better time than right now to have a 1-2-3 inning. Well, these Brewers, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Everything.
seems to be clicking, and the 6 extra base hits in the game kind of tells you everything you need to know. They're not getting fooled up there at all.
Good job to fight that one off. That's down and in.
Great take right there. Showed some really good discipline. Breaking ball coming in, you see it well, but don't trust that it's going to hang on for a strike. Nice job.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That one missed.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Whips it to first. Fine play in the hole for the out.
I wasn't sure if he was going to get to this one or not. Had to go a pretty good way there in the shallow right field. But then after that, it's a tough angle after you square up your shoulders to throw to first base. Not the normal position, but a really good job defensively right there.
2 down, nobody on.
No, that's a ball.
Ripped, but it curls foul. In the air, right field. And that is that. Brewers go down quietly. They're up 6-4. We go to the top of the 7th. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, George Springer. And that one fouled off.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Here's the 0-2. And the sweeper is off the plate. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that should be extra bases. And that's going to roll to the wall. And it's a leadoff double to start the 7th.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really important at bat coming up now.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. That's the first out at the top of the 7th. So now with 1 away and a man at second, Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. 1 for 3. Runner breaks for third. Pitches low. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
When a guy's got that kind of lead at second base, somebody's got to call timeout. Pitcher's got to step off. The catcher's got to ask the ump for time or something. You can't let him get out that far.
No one can get there. It falls in. Runner from third comes across. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1.
Big time at bat right there. Comes through, and they're back within a run. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Now he breaks his back. He's got it, and there's 2 down. Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Movement in Milwaukee's bullpen. Trevor McGill, the closer, is getting loose. Serpa, the power lefty, up as well. And a swing and a miss. That ends the frame. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Brewers 6 and the Blue Jays 5. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. And first offering is fouled off. Ground ball, Vlad Jr. He'll do it himself, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Up next for the Brewers.
Here comes Christian Yelich. And that drops in for a strike. Stays alive. There's a swing and a drive. That one back there. That one is foul, and he'll see another. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Runner takes off. Pitches low. Save!
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big deal in a tight one-run game like this one. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but they felt good about it, and it paid off. Let's see if they can turn this into a big run.
On the run, sends it over to first. Not in time to get him, and the tapper turns into an infield single. Now it's the right fielder, Jackson Choria. Can't forget the two-run shot he launched out of here in the 5th.
Yeah, one of the biggest swings of the game, Boog, as he looks to make even more of an impact in this at-bat right here.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Tommy Nance won't go any further, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. New pitcher now for the Jays, Mason Fluharty.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
2 on, 1 out. Pitches in there, and the count is 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. The 0-2. In there. Sets him down on strikes.
No, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just the ball in play somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Ball one there. First and second, 2 down. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Ground ball up the middle. They get the force. That ends the inning as they squander a chance to pick up some insurance. Brewers strand a couple as it remains a 6-5 ball game. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Abner Uribe.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Sanchez, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike 1. Swing and a miss and a slider.
Well, pretty clear to me. He's trying to go deep right there, but you've got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Lined into left center, should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ball game.
Got him to chase one upstairs there.
He's falling behind in a huge spot, Boog. Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet, whatever it takes.
Bunting, and he pops it up. Makes the grab to second with throwing, no chance to get back. It's a double play. Anthony Santander at the plate. A sliding stop onto the pitcher. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. Back here at American Family Field. Up now for Milwaukee, Sal Frelick. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Sanchez takes it in for the out. One away. Fought off foul. Flew hard. Measures 6 feet 2 inches. 24 years old. And he was a 5th-round pick in 2022. That's to third. Okamoto zips it to first.